Hello, my loves. Welcome back for another video. I am super aware that my nipples are showing. Do not mind them in this video. It's just a little avant-garde fashion moment. I put tape over my boobs and for some reason you can still see them. So we're all girls here. Do not mind. One thing about me recently is that I have been just on a kick, on a roll when it pertains to content recently because I am on a personal transformation journey of just getting back my confidence. I tend to lose my confidence in the wintertime. It's something with the lack of vitamin D, and I just feel super uninspired. And then once summer starts creeping by, it's almost Cancer season. I am a July 14th baby. If you are a Cancer, let me know down below, okay? It's almost Gemini season, or is it Gemini season already? I guess it is. It's Gemini season. So let's get through Gemini season so we can get straight to the Cancer season. And there's just something really wonderful about finding yourself again. And I wanted to do an entire video on how to rewrite your bad bitch story. And this is just going to be like a vibe check, a girl chat, a hangout, get your drink, get your snack. We are going to talk about all things that have to do with becoming a bad bitch. Appearance, how to handle yourself, how to love yourself, how to find yourself, because that's another thing, because we sometimes don't even know where to look and how to find ourselves. And we're going to just discuss all things today. I want to really touch on so many different subjects. I want to talk about people pleasing and etiquette and all of that. So that is just what we're doing today. It's going to be all over the place, but I think that a lot of you guys are in the same boat as me where you're just ready to start conquering this summer. I just feel like the sexiest, baddest bitch I've ever felt. I'm getting older, and every year that I get older, I find myself more and more. I like myself more because I know myself more. There's something so beautiful about knowing thyself and kind of being able to use the things that you love about yourself and kind of make them really strong abilities and superpowers to where they just conquer all. And I'm kind of in that stage in my life right now where I am using the things that I adore about myself to the max. And I'm just kind of spreading them all over the place. I'm going to kind of touch on that today. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. As you guys can see, I'm looking like a full ass baddie, okay? Like I got my hair done this week. I just got my lashes done. What do we think? I'm not used to seeing myself with full lashes, but I think they're really beautiful and I'm probably going to keep up with it. So we'll see, but you never know because me being me. And then also, how can I forget my nails? You guys ask me in every video about my nails. They are Clase Azul inspired because Tequila is me sister. So Clase Azul inspired nails. I will tag all of my people down below that do all of my services. So if you live in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, go to my people because they know what they're doing. One thing about me is I don't play about my services. I make sure I get them done by the best of the best of the best, of course. So yeah, let's just get into today's video on how to rewrite your bad bitch story. Let's get into it. Also, thank you Green Chef for sponsoring today's video. Another video, another Green Chef sponsor. I am so excited to talk to you guys about Green Chef because when I tell you, it completely changes my routine, the way that I live my life, the way I cook, and my outlook on honestly cooking in general. I've always been someone who loves to cook, but for some reason, having Green Chef makes me more excited to do so. And not only because I am one person, I am able to make a 2-meal for lunch and dinner. I can have it for lunch on a Wednesday and then Thursday I can have it for dinner. I just really love that I'm able to really have multiple meals. Essentially, I have 6 meals a week, which is amazing to eat. It's pretty much like personal meal prep. So I am so excited to talk to you about Green Chef. It is a CCOF certified organic company. It is such a great way to elevate your dinners and to have the most amazing meals that just make you feel healthy, refreshed, wonderful. They're satiating. They're going to just give you that perfect chef-like vibe in your kitchen because they are very nice high-end luxury meals that you guys can all make. They have an option for every lifestyle. They have keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean, and gluten-free, which is so amazing. So everyone can honestly really try Green Chef. It is a great way to elevate your dinners, to make cooking a little bit more exciting. They're super easy to follow, so anybody can cook it, anybody can make it. They have different sauces and seasonings that you've never heard of. So I made incredible food this week. I actually shared some with my parents as well. So we made flatbreads and also sandwiches. It was just so
good and delicious and so healthy, to be honest. So I love working with Green Chef. I think you guys are all going to love it as well if you give it a try. You have to try it out. Like, you need to at least try Green Chef. It is the most sought after meal service company that you guys are going to all adore and love and just be addicted to, like me. I've been literally using them for months on end, and I am never going to get sick of them. So of course, I'm going to give you guys my code and put it on the screen. It's Haley60 for 60% off your first box plus free shipping. You guys are all going to love it. Go to greenchef.com, give it a try, and let me know what you guys think. I think you guys are really going to love it though. Okay, so what is a bad bitch? Like, it really is up to your interpretation. For me, like, I kind of wrote down a couple different buzzwords. It's somebody who's sexy, somebody who's confident, somebody who knows themselves, somebody who does not let people walk all over them, and somebody who practices the art of self-care. So the first thing that I really want to discuss is putting yourself first. This is something that we tend to let go of when we are going through certain eras of our life. If we're going through our lazy girl era, if we're in our career era, if we are in our relationship era, there could be so many different eras that we're going through that just kind of put ourselves on the back burner. To really conquer your bad bitch era and to rewrite that story for yourself, you need to put yourself first. You know that saying of like, put your mask on an airplane before you put on someone else's? It reigns true for your real life as well. And I think a lot of the times when we do lose ourselves, or we just kind of lose that sparkle, that pizzazz that we once possessed, because I do believe a lot of you guys probably did have like a bad bitch moment and then you lost it, and we're going to bring it back. And I've lost it. And even me being a YouTuber and being able to see myself go through different stages, like I'll see in certain months of the year watching back videos that was not my time, and I'll like skip it and I'll go back to the summer. And I tend to notice that when I am filming in the summer, I look my best and I am my best and I'm my most confident. I don't know what it is, guys, but I'm just going to completely embrace it and enjoy it. So put yourself first, okay? We need to stop being so obsessed with doing a million things at once for other people. And this also has to do with inner beauty and outer beauty. So a couple ways that you can truly embrace your inner beauty is to compliment yourself on things that you love about yourself or that you want to be. Not all the times in life are we perfect individuals and we just have it all figured out and our amazing traits were natural born traits. Granted, some of our natural born traits are amazing things, but there are some things that we adopt as we get older. So for me, a new trait that I have adopted in my almost 26 years of living, and this is very new, is I am able to kind of be more free-spirited and let things go. So I used to be very uptight and someone who just always was very like serious and like blah, 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 like just like a very serious person, someone who was not able to move on, to let people be themselves. I was very judgmental. I struggled with understanding other people's lives, and I realized I don't care. It ain't my life. I ain't living it, so it's not my business. And I would officially consider myself to be like a free spirit. So that's like a new trait that I love about myself. So we need to start kind of adopting and creating new traits for ourselves in this new era, the bad bitch era, how to rewrite your story. So some things that you can be confident. We can be confident in our own skin. We can be empathetic. We can be caring, good listeners, someone who is strong-willed, someone who works hard. Those are inner qualities that we can embody and kind of rewrite about ourselves. And then some outer things is, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, lashes, makeup, changing up your wardrobe a little bit. Like a little sprucing does not hurt. Okay? And I don't care what anyone says about, oh, outer beauty is not important. And it's like, okay, like in what world is outer beauty not important? Like not in the world that I was ever accustomed to. So I am not going to, hi baby. I am not going to say stupid things like that. If you look good, you feel good. You want to be a bad bitch, you want to love yourself, you need to look in the mirror and be like, yes, yes, yes. And I am all for having that level of confidence and that level of respect for themselves, because if you don't like yourself, then who will? Okay, who will? So to really rewrite that bad bitch narrative for yourself is to like yourself inside and out. Create that version of yourself. You can build your dream version of yourself. Not everything has to be innate. Not everything has to be natural born. Granted, there is like a je ne sais quoi to certain people, but you can create your own je ne sais quoi. You can create your own that girl aesthetic. I will say that it does feel nice, irregardless of whether or not you know, think it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's something that is nice when people recognize your efforts. So when you take good care of yourself, when you love yourself, when you are pouring into your looks, it's going to pay off in more ways than one. You cannot control others, but you can control what you accept. And when you are putting yourself first, and this is huge, you will realize that a bad bitch is someone who kind of runs her own life and other people fit into that part of her life. When you are not tapping into your bad bitch era, you are putting yourself as a supporting actor or a supporting character in their story. And you are not the main character. You are not living your life for you. And there's nothing wrong with being a supporting character in some friends' lives, some family lives, but in your overall life, in what you consider your bubble of life, you need to have your fixed routine, your boundaries, your standards, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you want to be perceived, and also the way that you perceive others. That needs to be something that you have intact and that you have down. Then other people will just kind of mold to it. They will just understand it. And if they don't, bye. At least you know yourself enough to know what you are going to accept and what you are not going to accept. That is so huge. When you are rewriting your story, you need to control yourself. You need to be able to be responsible for your decisions, your boundaries, your standards, your morals, your values. And then everyone else kind of has to just accept it. And if they do not, then they can go. We're not forcing anyone in our lives. We are just no longer going to accept bullshit from people. And honestly, like, we fall off time and time again sometimes when it pertains to taking care of ourselves. So I'm just here to be like that person to remind you that it's okay that you've fallen off. You could have stopped going to the gym. You could have stopped doing your hair, stopped putting on makeup, stopped caring about your appearance, whether it's you're single and you're trying to get back out there, or you're in a relationship and you kind of going through a dry spell. You want to pick back up on the things that make you feel good. And I am just in the business of helping women feel good about themselves. I am not in the business of being like, you must do this or you're going to be ugly. Like, that is not how it goes. It's all about how you feel. And when you feel a certain way, you actually act a certain way. When I get my hair done and my makeup done and I look good and I care about my outfit, suddenly I move through life more effortlessly, more beautifully, and I attract what I am. So there's something really beautiful about aligning yourself with the things that you want. So a great way to get positive affirmation and love, respect, and good quality people to come into your life is by being that person yourself, by being a good quality person, by caring about your appearance, by loving yourself, by having boundaries, by speaking with poise and confidence and respect and dignity and all of the things that you want to be. And this is something you can do today. You don't have to wait, and you have to really get rid of that fearful mindset that you're going to be judged for these things, which we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay, something that I think is really crucial for kind of entering your bad bitch life and rewriting it is to go out alone and start experiencing life by yourself. I am going to speak for my single girlies right now that are around my age. So let's just say you're between the ages of like 21 and 41. I'm talking to you. Hey girl, hey. Of course, if you're not those ages, it's okay. You could still listen. I'm just kind of narrowing it down to like that. But let's just say you're 21 to 41, you're single, whether it's you just got out of a marriage, you've never been in a relationship, you just got out of a serious relationship, you maybe were in a situationship. I don't care what it is. You're single right now. We're entering summer. You have friends. Everybody's busy. We all have our own lives. That does not mean that you do not go out and enjoy yourself. Now, for me, something that I really had to learn was to enjoy my own company. It's a huge part of kind of becoming a bad bitch, because I have noticed that when I go out by myself, people are very perplexed that I'm sitting alone. They're like, what is wrong with this girl? Is she waiting for somebody? Did someone stand her up? Is she okay? And I'm just sitting there like sipping my drink. I'm talking to the bartender, enjoying my life, just loving life. Maybe I'll even bring out my book. Maybe I'll journal at the bar, and it is such a wonderful feeling to not care. And let me tell you something. When you go out alone, you experience the craziest of things. I go out alone once a week. It's something that I do for myself. It's a great way to just recenter myself. I like to be alone. And it also is just a great way to really absorb the atmosphere. I tend to notice that when I am going out with friends, hey, Bubba, come here. We get a little crazy, we get a little drunk maybe, and I'm not really able to fully embrace and understand what's going on. So what I really love about going out by myself is it feels like a very present situation. And I really want you guys to do this more. And I'll kind of give you some pointers on how to do it. So, whether you live in a city, a small town, or anything in between, I want you to find a bar or a restaurant that you really enjoy, something that you can obviously afford, something that you enjoy, the food, the atmosphere, whatever. And you're going to continuously go there every week. You want to become someone who is a regular there so that the bartender knows you, the restaurant owner knows you, the people that work there know you, and they are recognizing your face. This is a great way to feel comfortable being out alone, because if you're going into a new space all the time, it could be a little intimidating. You don't know the atmosphere, you don't know the vibe, you don't know the people that come in and out. And I'm not saying to not try new experiences. What I'm trying to say is go to a place that you are familiar with or that you can be familiar with, and really just make that a mission to do weekly or bi-weekly. And you will meet successful men and women. You will create good connections. You will network. You will just have a good time. You will start to love being by yourself. I truly believe that a woman becomes and enters her bad bitch era when she is okay with just being alone, when she is okay with just being with herself. And by the way, for all my girls who are in relationships, I would suggest to do this as well. I would suggest to go out by yourself as well. If you want, you can put on an engagement ring just to prevent people from coming up to you, and you can tell your partner, like, hey, I'm going to go out by myself. I'm going to take myself out on a date. And even, let's just say, if the bar scene is a little bit disrespectful to your partner, you could do a solo movie night. You can go sit at a dinner table by yourself. There's a lot of things that you can do by yourself, but I really want you to go out alone and enjoy your alone time. This is so crazy and just intense, and it feels like a real best friend approach to yourself. There is nothing more cathartic than being able to be your own best friend. I have best friends. I have lots of friends, but I know that I'm that bitch because I am my own best friend. I'm okay when my friends are not around. I'm not suffering. I'm not losing myself. I'm not bored. I'm actually enjoying myself. And I meet people all the time. I went out last week and I was sitting at a table next to a couple. And sometimes, you'll expect like a really crazy night and it's not super crazy, but I always notice that something eventually happens, and people do approach those who sit alone. So if you're looking to date or even just to network, people are less intimidated by someone who's sitting by themselves. So I was sitting next to a couple who was ordering dinner, and they actually had a beach house. And I live in New Jersey, so we live along the shore, or there is shore homes, I should say, and they had a beach house, and we were talking about life for over an hour or two. They were very appropriate people. It did not feel like gross. So I don't want to hear, oh my God, maybe they want you for a threesome. Enough. Please stop. Maybe, but I don't blame them, but I don't think so. They were not being sexual in nature, but they were being really sweet, like very parental like. And they pretty much were like saying to me, like, okay, listen, like if you ever want, for you and your girlfriends, because you are just like a really nice girl, we trust you, you seem like a well-rounded person. I told them what I did, they trusted my intentions. They were like, you can stay at our beach house whenever we're not there. And they gave me their number. And it was just a really wonderful experience. I'm thinking, this is how you meet good people. This is how you meet wonderful humans that you can take from in a respectful way. I'm not trying to take from them, but they offered, and it's wonderful. I'm in the art of receiving. So when people offer me wonderful experiences, I'm going to take it. And this was all to say that going out alone is so crucial, not only for experiencing life, but to also get to know yourself and to really just become a bad bitch. It's a great way to test your bad bitch skills, because you are able to thrive and be confident and free-spirited all by yourself. Okay, the next thing that I want to discuss is taking accountability in your life for the things that are holding you back from becoming that bad bitch. To rewrite your bad bitch story, you have to be accountable. You have to be self-aware. And I have noticed that a lot of people really do suffer from the art of people pleasing. They're so obsessed with other people's opinions of them, and it really prevents them from taking those initial steps, whether it's I'm afraid that I'm too sexy, or that somebody will not understand me, or that I will be looked at as this or that. It doesn't matter. And this kind of also goes into just kind of living shamelessly. I realized that when I started living shamelessly was when I no longer felt shame. How can you shame me if I do not care? I used to be so obsessed with being misunderstood. And to be honest, I would do things very calculated to avoid being misunderstood. And I still was. Because I realize in life, people choose to misunderstand what they choose not to understand on purpose, okay? If somebody does not want to actually truly get to know you, or they don't care, or they're in a very perpetual state of judgment and they pass judgment on others, you will never get them to really get you. And that's okay. You need to live shamelessly. That is the best way to stop people pleasing. You do not care about people pleasing when you are not afraid of being disliked. Like, I stopped people pleasing when I no longer cared if the person liked me or not, if I said no. I am always saying no now, and I don't care. It's fine with me. I don't care if you do or do not like it. If something isn't serving me, if I don't like it, I'm going to say no. That's just how I am. Your people-pleasing days need to come to an end. Your self-deprecation needs to come to an end. If you want to be a bad bitch, you can't secretly hate yourself. You can't secretly have problems with yourself. That is ridiculous. Like, and a great way to get out of being self-deprecating is to stop surrounding yourself with self-deprecating people, because, you know, misery loves company. And a lot of the times you could be surrounded with people who genuinely do not like themselves. And then you're wondering why you don't like yourself. Well, babe, because you're surrounded by people who do not like themselves, okay? You need to surround yourself with like-minded, well-rounded individuals. You need to surround yourself with people who know themselves. There is nothing more wonderful than meeting a person who I can just tell by speaking with them that they know themselves. It's very rare, actually, and it's wonderful, and it's so beautiful to see. It's also important that you start to care for yourself in a way, you know, inner and outer beauty, that will allow you to love yourself and finding what works for you. You know, like for me, I look heavier when my hair is out of my face, so I like to bring it forward, okay? And what's also huge is, like, you are no one else. No matter how much you try to look like someone else, you will never look like someone else. You will always look like you. Start liking who you are. A great way to stop caring about looking like someone else and to start loving looking like yourself is to do things that flatter your face, your body. I remember when I was younger, I used to bring like a picture of a celebrity to a hairdresser and be like, I want to look like this. I shit you not. I remember when they would like turn the chair around and I would have the big reveal. My brain told me, okay, when they turn the chair around, I'm going to look just like that person. Like, let's just say it was a picture of Kim Kardashian and she had like crazy hair and it was very like layered, similar to my hair now. Back when I was younger, I used to think that when the chair flipped around, that suddenly I would take on Kim Kardashian's face. I was always let down when I realized that picking a hairstyle did not make me look any different, other than just it made my hair look different. And it was something that I had to accept. And the older I got, the more confident I became in myself. And I realized, okay, this is what works for me. This is what looks good on me. This is what flatters my face shape and what looks nice on me. And it's all about just trying different things out. Trying different things out and seeing what works, and it will eventually help you get out of that self-deprecating place where you are constantly belittling yourself for not being perfect. Perfectionism is such a bad quality to have, and we need to ditch it, because I think that just being consistent and caring and just pouring into yourself is what we should really be striving for, in my opinion. A huge way to rewrite your bad bitch story, and I've talked about this in previous videos, I think I spoke about it in the 25 things I learned in 25 years, is to decenter your life from men if you date men, okay? So I have found that women do things for men all the time, and if they say that they don't realize it, but they are. And I even am guilty of this all the time, you know, especially when a man starts to give me a lot of attention. I'll be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. When I started to really enter my bad bitch era, and as I even more approach it quicker and sooner, and I'm seeing it becoming more clear that I'm actually becoming that person, I am no longer seeking validation from male attention. Do I like it? Sure. Is it the sole purpose of my life? Absolutely not. Is it the reasoning for me doing my hair and my makeup and dressing cute? No, not at all. I get pretty and dress up for myself. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. And I feel confident in myself. If anything, I do things more for women now than I do for men, because I have a large women audience. I do things for y'all. Like, I'm giving back to the community. Men are at the last of my thoughts and of my list. And that is not to say that we do not love men and that we don't eventually want to be married and have children and have a beautiful life with someone. But When you decenter your life from men and you stop doing things from them, you actually will start to attract wonderful people for yourself because you are literally just pouring into yourself. You are aligning with yourself. You are focusing on you. And eventually, really good people just kind of enter your life unexpectedly. Anytime that I've met someone worthy of discussing in a video or just in life, whenever I tell stories and they were a good person that left a mark on my heart, it was that I met them unexpectedly. I was not planning it. I wasn't controlling it. It wasn't something that I thought about in fine-tooth detail. Like, I genuinely was surprised by their appearance into my life. And that is to say that when we are just focusing on ourselves, we're not centering our life around a thing that is, in my opinion, negative, because anytime that you focus on anything that is not yourself in explicit detail and you're really pouring into that, you will find yourself leading yourself down a road that is a dead end. You need to constantly guide yourself in a direction that is helpful for you and for your life. And the way to do that is to pour into you, decenter your life from men, focus on yourself, and you will eventually meet someone who is wonderful and all the things that you wish for. A great way to decenter yourself from men but still be very hopeful and intentional is to make a list of what you're looking for in a partner. And when somebody does not meet those prereqs, then you know the answer to it. And it's really a wonderful feeling. The older you get, the more that you start to approach relationships, especially me. Like, I thought by now I was going to be married, have children. It was my dream to have kids at 23 because my mom had me at 23 and I'm going to be 26. I'm not married. I do not have kids. I could have. I was in a relationship for a long time. I could have done that, but I chose not to. And now that I have chosen a life that it's not necessarily easier, but it is more special to me because it's me that chose it. I will now be more intentional with things. So whether it's, meeting a man, if he does not meet certain requirements that I have and this is something that Aisha has always said to me, and I say it to myself all the time, I am not asking for anything that I am not bringing. I do not ask for a man to do something that I am not willing to bring myself. And that's not to say that we need to bring a lot to the table as women, but I'm just saying, and speaking for my own life, what I require from a man is what I require from myself. Until you do for yourself the way I do for myself, there's no point in us even being together. End of story. And it's a wonderful feeling to really become super aware of what you're looking for. So then it really just weeds out all the people that you no longer want and that you just don't feel like are a fit for you. And I am at peace with that. That is all to say that prioritizing your happiness and just being for you will be you rewriting your bad bitch story. A lot of you guys are hung up on men that don't even think about you when they wake up or go to sleep. And I really want you to stop. It's not serving you, and I get it. Like, this can stem from toxic family values and relationships with your father or people in your life, or just a perpetual state of looking for attention and validation in others. But if you really want to rewrite your bad bitch story, you have to let it go, even as painful as it is, because honestly, it's painful to accept the bullshit, and it's also painful to let it go. Which do you choose and which do you prefer? Okay, the next thing to rewrite your bad bitch story is to just plan meaningful things for yourself. I think that a lot of you guys are struggling and not enjoying life because you're not planning anything for your life. You're not going to wineries. You're not going to events. You're turning down friendship dates. You're turning down brunch. You're not going on that staycation or that vacation when you can and you have the ability to do so. You're not taking time off when you have paid time off. You're choosing to suffer. Let's stop. Let's, endure some more meaningful things in our life that will give us purpose. Life is meant for living. Let's start doing that. And we're entering summer. It's time for fun. It's time for going to beach clubs. And listen, if you're not a big drinker or a partier, that's fine. Do other things. There's plenty of things you can do. You can go to the beach. You can go to the boardwalk and, go to a lake. You can do hiking trails. You can do a lot of things. Just plan what works for you. Plan meaningful connections, dates, and, activities for yourself. It will be something that you enjoy and that you will never regret doing. Okay, guys, I really hope that this helped you and guided you in a direction that you are able to conquer some really wonderful things this year and to rewrite your bad bitch story. I really want you guys to focus, and it's the main focus of this video, is to focus on you. That is what summer is about. I mean, that's what summer is about for me. I'm making summer about that. It's just about focusing on me, getting back to who I am, loving my life, enjoying the fruits of my labor, chilling, relaxing, not putting too much pressure on myself, y'all can do the same. Y'all can join me on this journey. Let's live a soft life, babes. And like, you can make your soft life however you want, but let's just do it. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching today's video and subscribing and loving, and please comment and enjoy other videos that I have on the channel. I posted a lot this past couple weeks, so I want you guys to watch those things, and let me know down below any other video ideas you want from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone. Mwah.